Hey guys, and welcome to LITTLEBLACKBOOK91. We are giving you guys another sit down with Dedrick from Ready to Love Season 4. I know you guys have been paying attention, and this is one of those conversations that I believe is going to yield some important truths about what we've been seeing on our screen. Dedrick, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I'll tell you what, man, that music had me hyped, bro. I thought I was about to come out of that. I thought I was about to come out, man, with the football pants. I was ready, bro. I was ready. It had me hyped, man.
Had to play a little science in the background, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Should have had a little tie trim coming out as well for you, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man. I was hyped, bro. I was like, oh, snap, I'm ready.
I have to give you a new ring name, bro. Don't you worry, man. We appreciate you. And it's good that we appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on here, man. It's an honor as always to get to interview people from the show. But, you know, we appreciate the fact that you've come on here as well. And we're going to have a real honest and earnest conversation. You know, yeah. I know there's some questions that audience want me to ask, you know, and I'm sure you know what questions potentially they're going to be asked. Nothing new. You've answered a few of them on different interviews. So it's going to be good. All right. But before we go any further, we like to do what we call human verification. Okay, so I ask a question to see if Dedrick is actually human. You understand? Because we might be talking to a robot for all I know. You know what I'm saying? It could be a deep fake. You feel me? So
right. I feel you.
You feel me? So we want to ask some questions. So here's my first question. If you have egg, flour, sugar, a pinch of salt, and a frying pan, what would Dedrick be making?
Probably some pancakes. Probably some pancakes. We try to figure out how to do that. Or we could do some noodles. We could make some noodles.
You can make noodles out of that?
With egg and flour, yeah.
Damn. I need to up my skills in the culinary thing, bro. I ain't know nothing about that, bro. The pancake was the answer I was looking for still. Okay. I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that. All right, cool. Second question I got for you, okay, is some song lyrics. He's got to name me the artist and the song. So here is the song lyrics. It goes, I kind of noticed something wasn't right from your colorful face. It's kind of weird to me since you're so fine. If it's up to me, your face will change.
Oh my God, I guess I'm a robot because you lost me.
I'll say it one more time, see if you can get it. It says, I kind of noticed something wasn't right from your colorful face. It's kind of weird to me since you're so fine. If it's up to me, your face will change. Kind of give you a little bit of a rhythm in there.
You lost me, bro.
No worries, man. It's Justin Timberlake, Like I Love You. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't a Justin fan like that, bro. You lost me on that. That's
I thought you down with the kids. Too much, yeah?
Yeah. I was never down with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Then when he came out on his own, that first CD, I was kind of vibing with that, but I wasn't, just really on Justin like that.
Not too heavy.
No offense to Justin, but I wouldn't.
No worries, man. No problem at all. I hear that. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna ask you another food question. You're making an omelet. What are the extras you would be putting into an omelet?
Oh, since I'm a veggie guy, I love vegetables, man. So I would be putting in some mushrooms. I'd be putting in some onions, some sauteed onions, and some sauteed bell peppers, red preferably, because they're more sweeter. Mm-hmm. I put in some cheese, of course. I probably put some smoked Havarti in mine because I just like that smokiness of that. And I think that's about it. I wouldn't really be adding any meat or anything like that. That's what I would be rolling with that. I top it off at the end with some avocado, though, of course.
Oh, damn. Sounds rich in the veggie, boy.
Yeah, it is.
That ain't my kind of omelet, but I hear you. Need some little sausages in there for mine, but I hear you. I can rock with that. I can rock with that. I'm sure it would taste good if you did it. That's the end of my question. Oh, one more question. The final one. Milk or cereal into the bowl first?
You know what? That I heard you ask somebody else that, and I started laughing. Here's the reason why I started laughing. It's because earlier when I was growing up, I always did the cereal first. But then the older I got, and the fact that I'm a cereal guy and I'm greedy when it comes to cereal, I always put the milk first, and then I put the cereal because then it doesn't get soggy. It don't get no time to get soggy or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I could just keep eating. so milk first, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I like it. A humble servant has said the correct answer here. Milk first, guys. Everyone comes in and puts the cereal in first. We know they're serial killers when they do that. So we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you, man. Love for that. All right, that's the end of my icebreakers and my get to know you a little bit, I guess, in terms of making sure you're human. But we want to know who Dedrick is before we go deep into the meat of this conversation. So Dedrick, I always ask this question. In fact, before I ask that question, Dedrick, your friends, 5 words they would describe Dedrick as. 5 words or less. What would they describe Dedrick as?
First thing, you probably say funny. Second thing, they say intense, loving, faithful, and motivational.
Okay, I like that. Which one would, if you had to choose out of those 5, which one would you say defined you? I mean, I know all of them define you, but which one would you say is the number 1 on that list that you say represents you best?
Probably that motivational one. I really like to motivate my friends to, you know what I'm saying, to be better. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I really say it would probably be that motivational thing. I try to put people in positions where they can, you know, like just win, even if it's further than what, you know, a lot of times people say you should only hang around the people that you want to be like, or you want to aspire to be or whatever. But sometimes it could be a little old man like me who could put you in front of somebody that's bigger and get you to where you really want to be at. And I've seen it happen, like, you know, millions of times I've seen it happen where I've put people in positions where like their businesses or something has just like quadrupled just because I put them in a position. And actually, you know, to go even deeper, it wasn't even really me. It was God using me, really. That's what I really wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? So that's really what it was, you know. But yeah, so I would say I'm very motivational. I try to encourage and motivate my friends to just be better in life. Yeah.
I love that, man. I love that. Like that leads kind of perfectly into that kind of then. What is Dedrick's story? Who is Dedrick then? I know you talk about the motivation and motivating your friends. Then, who is Dedrick and what is Dedrick's story?
It would take longer than this to tell you my whole entire story. I mean, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I'm a survivor. I'm a cancer survivor. I could say that much. You know what I'm saying? I was in the military for 16 years.
Wow.
I love and appreciate everything about God. I love people. I don't like people, but I love people though. There's a difference, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy my kids. I enjoy my grandbaby. I enjoy life. I make sure that I laugh at least one time a day. Even in my loneliest days, I laugh. I try to make sure that I at least laugh at least one time a day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like laughter keeps you young and keeps you moving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I guess just as you ask me questions, I can tell you I don't know if anything is going to pop out. I'm not, I don't feel like I'm any more special than anyone else. You know what I'm saying? I just know that I do have a story. I do have a major story to tell, but a lot of it, you know, involves God being in my life. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like I've been through a lot in life. You know what I'm saying? I've made mistakes in my life. You know, I've done all this. You know, just like the normal person. I just strive to be better, though. That's the whole thing about it. Is every time I make a mistake, it's and actually I'm an adult now, so I don't even call it mistakes anymore.
Mm.
It's conscious choices. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? We like to throw that word mistake around a lot, and you know, when you're a kid, you make a mistake because you really don't know. But as you get older, you know the difference between if this is right or if this is wrong, or if you're going to mess something up, or if you're going to, you know what I'm saying? So it's not
Mm.
really a mistake. Mistake is when you don't really know. But once you start to
Mm.
know, you can't even really throw that word of mistake around. We love to use that. Oh, I made a mistake. Nah, you too grown to be making mistakes. So I mean, to answer your question though, I'm just a loving guy. I'm just a normal guy, man. I'm just a normal guy who went on a TV show, you know what I'm saying, who was really there. I was really there to search for love, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. In this world of all these millions of people that we have, there is a possibility that 10 girls is not enough to find your love. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? You know, I mean, you can look at our dating lives. How many people actually date way more than 10 people in their whole entire life? You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And they still don't find love until they reach 20, number 23 or number, you know, however many, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I hear that. I hear that. I mean, I know you're saying you're not very special, but you mentioned some very things. You said you've survived cancer. You've been in the army 16 years as well. There's a quite
Navy,
some
Navy.
Navy. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
And there's a quite some significant milestones and some significant events that you've given us. You know, of what you've experienced in that short amount of time of life that was a short amount of time that we call life. So okay, the Navy. What made you want to join the Navy? What took you there?
Well, the Navy is kind of the way I got into the Navy. It's kind of a funny story, but I actually in high school, the recruiters came to the school and they handed us some tests. They made us take tests. Now, I'm the kid. I did not like tests. I hated tests. I didn't want to take no tests or anything like that. And so one of the guys was just like, just put anything, dude. He's like, just because they didn't even tell us what the actual test was for, which sucked. Because if they did, like a lot of more people would have known, you know what I'm saying? But they were just like, just go in there and just take it. It doesn't matter. It's not going to count towards anything, which was a lie because it was the ASVAB test. And so
Mm,
that's determined on like what jobs you can get in the military, or you know what you can do in the military, or even if you're smart enough to even go into the military.
military.
Like that's what this test is. So I'm sitting there and I'm taking this test, and I want to just answer just any question. I just really wanted to do like C all the way down, you know what I'm saying? But there was something inside of me. It was like, nah, you're gonna answer the question. Just answer the question. So I was like, okay, fine. So I did the test, and I also had a buddy. He did the test or whatever. And so, like, probably about a month or two later, we're about to. We had like 4 months before we were graduating from high school. And so my homeboy, he was like, "Hey man," he was like, "let's go into the Navy together." And I was like, I don't know if
Mm,
I want to do that. Like, I don't know if I want to do it. He's like, come on, man, it's gonna be so much fun. He's like, we gonna be able to play football and this and that and the other. And I'm like, football in the Navy? Like, really? And he's like, yeah. And so we went and talked to a recruiter, and the recruiter was like, yeah, y'all gonna be able to play football in the Navy. And so we country boys, we didn't know no different. We didn't know that actually to play football in the Navy, you got to go to the college. You got to be selected. You know what I'm saying? Like these are really smart young men who are getting picked up. You know what I'm saying for this job. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
So, but we didn't know that. So anyway, we sign up. The day we go in is on my actual birthday, September the 8th. So September the 8th, 1992. There you go. 1992. Yeah. We go into the military.
mm-hmm.
Bro. that was like the most scariest thing I had ever done in my life because we flew we actually flew out of Houston
Mm-hmm.
and we flew all the way to San Diego, California.
Wow.
And then we got on the bus. From the bus, we get to this huge like camp and we go inside. And then we're like there, and then all of a sudden on the bus, and all of a sudden this guy just comes on the bus screaming and hollering at you, and like, and everybody's like, "What
What's
do we
going on?
do?" Yeah, exactly. So from that, having to deal with that, that was like a huge culture shock to,
Mm.
having a smooth baby face and being told that I needed to shave. And I'm like, I don't need to shave. Like, I don't have any hair. And they're like, yeah, we can see a little bit of hair. You need to shave. So having a dry shave because they weren't giving us shaving cream. And then your face, black men, our face
Itching.
break
Oh,
out like,
bruh.
itching was not the word, bro. I mean, when I tell you I had big bumps all over my face and everything,
Mm.
bro, it was crucial, man. It was crucial. But I mean, now I look back at it, that's where I was intended to be, and so here we are now.
Damn. Okay. Crazy. So okay. So you did 16 years in the Navy.
Yes,
Like, so what kept you
yes.
there that long? Because I know you can exit before them, right? Before 16 years. What kept
Yeah,
you
I
there for that
actually
long?
did. I did 8 years. I did 8 years active duty.
Okay.
And I was about to do another 4 years, but what they wanted me to do is they actually wanted me to what they wanted me to do, they wanted me to go what they call sea duty. And that would have
Okay.
meant I would have had to go into another ship. And I didn't
Oh.
want to do another ship. You know what I'm saying? I did not want to do another ship. So I just kind of I was like, okay, it's time for me to leave. So I got out for a little while. And then I actually came back in the reserves. And I did like a 12 years in the reserves. But it only counted like six. It only counted like 8 active duty years. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So that's where I get that from.
Damn. I mean, was this something that you wanted to do when you was a kid? Though I mean, obviously, I know your friend kind of persuaded you, but when you were a
No,
kid, what was your dream then?
when I was a kid, I wanted to play pro football. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pro
I
football.
wanted to play pro football. My grandfather played pro football, and my dad, he played college and then got selected to play pro, but he had already joined the military, so he couldn't go back
Mm.
on his contract. Yeah, he tried out, didn't get selected, immediately went and joined, and like a week later, they were calling him saying, "Hey, come and play," but he couldn't. And that
Couldn't
was
get
during
out
the
of it.
time when no, I couldn't get out. That was during Vietnam time, so they weren't even letting nobody go get out of it. Now you can get out of it. Now you can
Yeah.
buy out of your contract. You know what I'm saying? But couldn't do that back then. Yeah.
Damn. Wow. Okay. So you was trying to follow in almost like your father's footsteps and your grandfather's footsteps
Yeah.
going to pro ball.
Right.
So what happened with your particular dream in terms of pro ball? Where did it go differently for you then?
Well, I mean, you have to look at the fact that I played basketball all through
Okay.
high school.
That's
So
right.
I didn't play football all through high
Oh.
school. I
Okay.
only played 2 years of football in high school. When I was in Louisiana, so I moved from Louisiana to Texas my junior year. So my junior year of high school, I moved to Texas and I played football for the first time ever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I mean, in the mind of realistically now, is it time? Yes, it is time. But if you don't have any knowledge of it, you know what I'm saying? And then my dad wasn't really in my life like that, you know what I'm saying? And my grandfather was, but he lives in Ohio. So it's kind of like, there's a disconnect right there
Mm.
anyway. So, you just have to be like realistic and be like, yeah, that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. I get you. Okay, and you said obviously like your dad wasn't really in your life. How come dad wasn't in your life as much? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one day we can ask him, but I'm good though. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Maybe one day we can ask him, but I'm good though. I don't believe in like bad mouthing people or anything like that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But But I mean, I think my dad he's just one of them people who wanted to do more and couldn't do more, and because he couldn't do more, he just like, I'm not gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those type of people, and that's cool. That's fine. But I'm good though. You know, I've forgiven him. You know,
Mm.
I've forgiven him, and I've moved on now. I'm good. You know, I got kids and I got a grandbaby that I got to live for and try to leave some mark for them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have time to worry about something like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I get you. I respect for that. So obviously, do you feel like that's affected you in any particular way? Then not having as much of a relationship with your father. Then.
Well, I mean, surely that affects any young man, you know what I'm saying, who doesn't have, their father in their lives. Like, that's crazy to think that it wouldn't or that it didn't. Yes, it did, but I mean, there's many of people in the world who go through certain things in life and they overcome them. Like
Mm.
I could be a victim or I could just be a I could overcome this, you know what I'm saying? So I got counseling for it, I prayed about it quite a bit. You know, I did the work that I need to do. I reached out to him a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? And, I forgive him. And so now I'm healed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I don't cry about it. You know, there's been times I have cried younger years,
Mm.
about it, but I don't do that anymore. Like I don't have any of those ill will issues or
Also.
anything like that. Like I'm healed, and that's what I needed to do. I needed to do the work, and I did the work. So it's like once you do the work, then you can easily get over things because you did the work, But if you don't
Mm.
do the work, then of course you're going to keep revisiting that whole situation because you haven't done anything to make it better. It's just like practicing, sports and stuff like that. If you don't ever practice the sport, you're never going to be better. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're never going to get to where you need to be. But the minute you start practicing and you're doing, then all of a sudden people are like, wait, hold on. How did he get that good? Last year he was horrible. This year he's killing it. Yeah, that was because every morning he got up and he worked his ass off to make sure that he, what I'm saying, got to where he needed to be at. So
Mm.
yeah, so I did the work. And once you do the work, you move with confidence. And so I'm good.
Mm. So I know you did the work as well. Like, so for you, then obviously having kids, how did you like so that if any of man's watching or whatever as well who's been through something similar, how did you get to that place where you didn't also replicate what you felt your father did for you in your particular life? You know what I mean? Because sometimes people will be repeating the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying? That we were saying like I don't want that to be me. I didn't like what happened to me, my dad, but then we would repeat it
Hmm.
same thing with our children. How did you get to a place where
Right.
you didn't repeat that same pattern with your particular kids?
Well, you have to keep encouraging yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't get encouragement from anyone else. You have to keep encouraging yourself. And you have to keep, first of all, you got to learn to not beat yourself up. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? You're not that person. That's not who you are. You're not that person. Just because that person helped to bring you into this world, don't mean that everything of that person is of you too. It doesn't mean that. A lot of people believe that, oh, you're gonna be just like your dad. No, I'm not. Not. And I'm
Mm.
not. I'm not him. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, you got to be a man to be able to accept your faults and also to be able to listen to people if they say that something, that, hey, this is what's going on with you. This is a problem that I have with you. Can you do this better? Then you do that better. You know what I'm saying? You always strive to be better. So basically what I'm saying is that with me, the way that I never let anyone tell me I was just like my dad. I was going to be just like
Mm.
my dad. I never let anyone tell me that. I always kept making sure I was doing that extra. I was doing extra. I wasn't spoiling, but I was doing extra. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Making sure that, picking up the phone at random times. Hey, how you doing? Because for a minute, me and my youngest daughter, we didn't live together. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't with her mom, so but she knows who I am. We talk almost every day. Like we have a really good relationship. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta keep pushing and striving to just always be in their lives, always be there for them. What you know what I'm saying? It don't and if you don't have it, I found a lot of men they fail because let's say your child calls you up and they need something and you don't have it.
Mm.
They'll kind of avoid the child just because they don't want to tell the child, I don't have it. So then they end up looking like a deadbeat when they can just be like, baby, I really don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do that. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? You can do that. Now you can say, well, I can't do it right this second, but give daddy a hot minute, and then you get out and you get it. You know what I'm saying? Because if your child needs something, and if it's a need, you most definitely want to meet that need. You know what I'm saying? Wants, sometimes they go by the wayside, but needs, though, you got to make sure you meet all those needs. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. But I mean, I feel that, I would never lie and say I'm the best parent ever. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm a really good dad.
I love that, man. Love that.
And I feel like I'm an amazing grandfather. So
Come on now. That's why you got a nickname, right?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and obviously you mentioned about doing the work as well. Like, what does that look like? Because obviously people, like us guys, we struggle, man. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm liking the direction you're taking it. When you say doing the work, what does that entail? What does that look like?
Being vulnerable, man. Like, it's all right to cry.
Mm.
Like, it's all right to cry. Like, you got to let it out. Like, that crying is pain. Let it out. Like, let it out. Like, a lot of people, they don't want to let it out. Like, you have to let it out. And then you have to speak on it. You have to speak and say what the issue is. Yo, you weren't in my life for this amount of time. It hurt me. It makes me feel like you didn't want me. And I don't care if you and my mom didn't get along. I don't care if you didn't get along with the people in the family, but you and I got along. So why me? And it was even more impactful for me, just due to the fact that I'm my dad's only child.
Oh.
And I'm a boy. And I want a boy. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm his only child and I'm a boy. And so I used to be like, Mom, why he don't want me? Like, why don't he want to have anything to do with me? And the one thing that I can say, another thing that helped me heal at a later in my life, was I had to go back and revisit how my mom never badmouthed him. She never talked bad about him. She never said what he didn't do or any of those types of things. She just was like, baby, you just gonna have to pray about it. You're gonna have to talk to him. She'd be like, we're gonna get you some counseling to help you with all these things. But she would never say anything bad about him. You know what I'm saying? And I always wondered why she didn't. And she said, because I wanted you to make your decision on your own. And she's like, and I didn't want to put anything negative inside of you. She's like, because I didn't know what your relationship was going to eventually be.
That's some powerful
So,
words.
I mean, the key to getting over something is being vulnerable and understanding that just because you're vulnerable doesn't mean you're weak. You're weak if you don't get over it. You're weak if you don't be vulnerable, because now you got some stuff going on that you need to take care of, which is a weakness.
Some deep stuff right there, man. Some deep stuff, bro. Some deep stuff. Okay. And just quickly, obviously, so I know, obviously, you said you had children as well, but you're not with the mother at the moment as well. I know that you said I think I heard you in another interview. You had some good lessons that you learned from that. What were the lessons that you learned from that particular relationship?
What you mean from the which relationship?
The one with the mother of your children.
Okay, so both of my children have different mothers.
Oh, okay, my bad. I
Yeah,
misheard it. I
yeah.
thought it was one.
And
Okay.
they were born 5 years apart.
Okay.
Actually, my youngest daughter she turned 22 today. My oldest daughter turned 27 yesterday.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, they're grown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, so for you, obviously, so you obviously been in those relationships. I mean, what did you learn from those particular relationships that you were in then, or those moments that you were in then?
Okay, so the first one was very brief, so I don't even really count that one. That was like really brief. But the last one, I learned that you have to be patient, and you have to let people be who they are.
Mm,
And if a person really, I hate to say it, but if a person shows you who they are, then know that that's who they are. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned in life that a lot of times we take things personal that really aren't personal.
mm, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We do that a lot. Like we'll take, like you ask somebody to go somewhere and they'll be like, no, I got something to do or whatever. And you take it personal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, it's not about you. It's they got stuff, either they got something going on or they just
Hmm.
don't want to go nowhere with you. Or you know what I'm saying? But it's not, it's not you. Like, don't take that ownership in a negative manner. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. Like it's not always about you, and that's why
Mm,
that's one of my favorite things to tell people. It's not always about you, like it's about you because you're the one thinking about it. But that other person's probably not even thinking what you're thinking or going where you're going with it. So yeah.
mm. Man, going deep, going deep. Okay, I'm hearing you. So okay, so I know obviously that yeah, you have your children, your two daughters, as you mentioned as well. So then, and I know you mentioned another live that you weren't lonely. It's not like you were lonely as to why you wanted to ready to love. But describe to me the
Right.
date. Describe to me the dating scene for Dedrick. What's the dating scene been like
Since the show,
before the show?
I mean, before the show, I mean, the date scene was live. It was, it was live. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at some point in time, I will say this. I don't date a lot because I'm so busy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Mm,
really busy with my business and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So and in school and everything like that, and I just kind of didn't want to be distracted with something that could possibly be temporary.
mm,
So I was so, and and before I was, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of times I was going into situations that I already knew they were going to be temporary because I was choosing for them to be temporary. You know what I'm saying? And so, but after a while, it's just like you want something more. You know what I'm saying? You want, and it doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, he's playing the game or he's a player or anything like that. It's just, sometimes you just might not want to be in a relationship or you might not want to be with just one person. You want to just, I guess, be out there for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
That way you can escape from being, having any obligations, you know what I'm saying? So, and especially like with me, after being, because I was married for 10 years. So, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to, have my fun a little bit, so to speak. I didn't want to be
freedom,
in no
yeah.
relationship. Yeah, I didn't want to be in a relationship. I just wanted to, if I wanted to get up and leave and go to another state or country or whatever, I would be able to do that and not have anything withholding me or
From you,
making
yeah.
me emotionally stay in this one spot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Mm. So you said you were married for 10 years.
Yep.
Gracious. What was that
Yeah.
like? 10 years you was married. Like, what was that like then?
Oh, married life was beautiful. Married life was
Mm,
beautiful, but I made some poor choices. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
I made some poor choices. I stepped out, and and that's really what happened. And
I hear that.
I stand as a man, and I didn't make a mistake. I made a conscious choice to do something, and I did it. And
Mm,
and once she found out, we discussed everything, and we decided we were going to stay together. But it was like it kept coming back up.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? It kept coming back up, and so with it keep coming back up, it's like you're never going to be able to progress until you get past that, you know. And in her defense, I don't think she ever had like chance to really heal from it because I never left the house.
Okay, you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? So it was like it was kind of a little argument, and then it was like a whole bunch of I'm sorries and you know things like that, and then like you sleep on the couch for you know a couple of days or whatever, and then we were back together, you know, as so to speak again. So I never left the house. So she never had that time to just really be to herself and try to I don't know the word for it, but to try to just understand everything that actually transpired, what actually happened, you know, in a situation, you know. And I mean, it was hard on both of us, you know. We had outside influence, and then plus, you know, we had, you know, it's just, you know, she worked a lot, you know, out of town and things like that. So it was a lot of factors. Not making any excuses or anything,
No,
but I'm
you're
just
just
saying
giving
there was a
us the
lot
reason.
of
Yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of factors into it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah. But I mean, now we're really good friends now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she's proud of me. I'm proud of her, and yeah, we still kicking.
I hear that. So that was the reason why the marriage came to an end. The stepping
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
basically, she couldn't recover
yeah.
from that particular process. Okay.
Right, right,
Okay, and then
right,
obviously now you went into the dating scene because obviously now you obviously give yourself a bit of time, and then you went into the dating scene. Obviously, just have a bit of freedom, just do what you want to do, be able to have that freedom of not being able to settle down. And then we get to a stage where Ready to Love comes in. Now, I'm aware that your friend actually signed you up for Ready to Love. Is that correct?
right, right.
Yeah. What? So why did you decide to continue on with that process then? I know the person who signed you up, but what made you then go, "Oh, okay, let me see if I can go ahead of it and do the show."
Well, I mean, the crazy thing about it is that they kept giving me a deadline on paperwork, right? And I have paperwork anxiety. I don't know why. I hate paperwork. I hate paperwork, dude. I cannot do it. Like even when you go to the hospital and they give you all that paperwork, I be like, y'all need to fill all this out, or you can, or if I'm, you know, when I was with my wife, I'd be like, can you? I just hand her the paper. She would just do it because she already knew that I don't like it at all. Well, they kept asking me for the paperwork, and I just kept like, okay, I'll send it, never send it. So now we're like 2 months, 2.5 or so months down the line, and I'm still not filling out this paperwork, right? And so I stopped hearing from them. They stopped contacting me. And so I was talking with my mom, and I was telling her, she was like, so what's going on with the show? And I said, Mom, you know, honestly, I don't think I want to do it. I'm like, I don't feel like filling out this paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't, this is just not something that I want to do. And she started laughing at me. She was like, son, she was like, look, she's like, you never know who you're going to run into. She's
True.
like, the fact of the matter is you could possibly meet your next wife, your final wife on this show. She's like, but you're letting a little bit of paperwork get in the way of you finding actual something real, like something actually real in your life, you know? And I thought about it and I was like, you know what, you're right. So I filled out the paper. And she was like, and plus top it off, you're turning down Oprah. Because what we were told is that Oprah has some pick in who goes on the show and who doesn't go on the show. That's what we were told. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, is it?
So yeah, so once that happened, I thought about it. I was like, man, like, what if one day, like, I meet Oprah and she throw me some shade because I didn't do the show? You know what I'm saying?
Some left
Like,
field
so I was
comment.
like, yeah. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me go ahead and get this under control and do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So I filled all the paperwork, sent it in. Well, I called them. And actually, no, I sent a long text to the last person that contacted me. And I just let them know, look, I'm sorry, you know, it's unprofessional on my part, and da 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 da. And then I like immediately get a text back. It's like, oh my God, Dedrick, we have been so waiting on you, and like we really wanted you to come. And okay, all right, hey, all I need for you to do is do, you know, this, and then you'll be done. Now, honestly, I really think I was supposed to be on the resort one. I
Okay.
really think that's the one I was supposed to be on. But because I had waited so long, I think I got pushed to this one, which is
Mm.
crazy. So I got all the paperwork into them, and then because originally they were telling me one dates, and then it ended up not being them dates, and then all of a sudden I found out that they were filming. Well, I had been knowing about being on Ready to Love like almost like at least about 6 or 7 months before that, which was crazy. So I was like, I probably was supposed to be on that one, you know what I'm saying? Because originally it was about it going to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So once all this happens, then we're at, you know, I turned all the info in, and then we started the interviewing and stuff like that. And then I said to myself, you know what, this is pretty cool, you know. And then I watched the show. So I
Mm.
binged watched from season one all the way through because I wanted to see. And actually, during the time, I think it was only the two. I don't even think the resort had even started yet. So, or maybe it started, but they hadn't put it on TV yet. And so I watched it because I wanted to see what it was about. And as I was watching, I was like, oh, okay, well, this is not like, I don't know, love and hip hop or nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, and no shade to them, but it just wasn't all the drama like that.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, because I didn't want to be associated with, you know what I'm saying, just like that, that much,
You know,
like
same
that, you
madness.
know. Yes, yes, exactly. And so that was the final determination on me saying, oh, okay, they really want people to fall in love. All right, I'll do it. And so then that's why I said yes to it.
Mm. But hold on, we need to verify this. Who's telling you Oprah is gonna be handpicking? Oprah ain't been involved since season one. We ain't seen Oprah.
I'm just saying that's the way it was presented. I'm
Oh,
not saying names, but the way it was
you don't have to say
presented, I
names.
was told that Oprah had some say in who was going to be on the show and who wasn't going to be on the show.
Somebody is doing some creative work behind the background because we know that if she ain't been involved since season one, she don't even own the channel no more.
Okay. Right, right,
She
right,
don't even own the channel no more. Okay, so somebody in the production is
right.
even mad. Okay, cool. All
But you
right,
got to
cool.
remember this was way back though too. You got to remember this is way back too. We're talking like what, at least about a year to two.
I think she
We've
gave
been
up.
knowing about this show for a long time.
Yeah, but I think she gave up the show about a year, almost a year. It's about a year now or so. So she ain't been really
Yeah,
been
so
involved.
think
But
about it. We've been
maybe.
so back then she probably was because this was a while back, man. It was a long time. Y'all don't understand. It's been a long time for us before the show even started. A lot of us knew like in January before the show started. In January didn't start. I mean, the show didn't start till I think it was like September, October, something like that. But we knew like way back in January. Like so, it's been so you know, and then COVID hit and like jacked a lot of stuff up. So we've been knowing for a while now. We've been knowing
Mm,
for a long time.
okay, I hear you. I still think someone's doing creative works, but you know, I'm gonna let I'm gonna let them have this one. Okay, I'm gonna let them have this one. Maybe she is involved. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Okay, so you're now on the show. You've now gotten to ready to love. Okay, because obviously the Oprah conviction as well. I like that. And then so now you're at the mixer. Okay, you're on the show. You're in the mixer. I know you're the first one to turn up.
Hmm.
Now on that mixer, who initially caught your eye?
Well, Stacy, because she was the first one there. Yeah,
Okay,
she was the first one there. So it was like me and her,
okay. And did you
and
guys much have a
yeah, it
conversation
was.
much?
Oh, we had a great conversation. We had probably the longest conversation I had was with her. Yeah,
Mm,
we sat on the swing and talked for probably about an hour or so, if not longer.
Okay, so you guys actually had a good rapport, good conversation, good little
Oh
connection going
yeah,
on.
oh yeah, yeah, oh
Okay.
yeah, very much so. Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Okay. So Stacey is the first person to catch your eye. Who else caught your
Uh
eye immediately?
huh. Honestly, like it wasn't like that. It was, to be honest with you, it wasn't like that. Like it just wasn't like that. It wasn't like I was just like, and this is no shade to the women or nothing, but it wasn't just like I was like all on everybody. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? It was like I was trying to get to see what they actually were about before I'm just like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just honestly, it wasn't like that. I had an attraction for Venetia, but for a minute, like Venetia was like, she don't want no kids, you know what I'm saying? And so that kind of like threw me off right there, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I said, it's and like I love all the women. There's no shade to any of them. But it wasn't just like I was like, ooh, like I gotta have, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that for me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I
I
mean,
had
I get
different
that.
I had totally different intentions.
Okay. Oh, okay. So what was your intentions then?
And my intentions was to be with somebody. That was my intention. That was
Mm.
my intention. You see what I'm saying? My intention was that, so I was trying to go deeper than that.
Okay. Okay. No, I hear that. Okay. Cool. Okay. So then, obviously, Vern also caught your eye as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What was it about Vern that kind of like drew you in a little bit? What was it about Vern?
Verna's just a lady. She a
Mm.
lady, you know what I'm saying? Like she's a lady. Like the way she carry herself, you know what I'm saying? She carries herself very respectable, like she really does. She's a sweet person. She's a loving person. She's all the things that you want in a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have Vern. We have Stacy. I know you had. I know the Tressa thing also came as well. Did you have much conversation at the mixer with Tressa as well, apart from what we saw?
No, I mean, she asked me if I was interested. You know what I'm saying? I said no. So then from that point, it wasn't, a really conversation on a romantic level. It was a conversation just on a life level. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Okay, okay. So obviously we're talking about Trisha, so I'm gonna let's keep it 100. Let's ask that question in it, because there was obviously a scene where uh Trisha's obviously asked you, do you know what I mean? Like, am I your type? Yeah, and
Right.
then you said you used to basically used to be that used to be your type, right?
Hmm.
What did you mean by used to be your type?
Well, the thing about it is that, okay, so the question threw me off
Okay.
because I was just shocked that a person would ask me that almost immediately.
I get you.
That was the first thing. The second thing is I was nervous.
Okay.
Third thing is I was trying to overthink stuff. I was literally trying to overthink it. I was overthinking it big time. I should have just said no. But in my head, I already knew that people were going to associate the voluptuous part of the situation. And I was like, oh my God, like this is gonna be bad already. Like this is
Mm.
gonna be bad. Now, mind you, I'm a businessman also. And so a lot of my clients, I would say probably about 90% of my clients are African American females.
Mm.
I have some that are voluptuous.
Mm.
I never want to give anyone a reason to believe that I have something against them because of their size, because I
Mm.
really don't. So when I said you used to be, in my head, I was thinking my ex-wife was a voluptuous woman.
Okay.
And so it was like it just when it came out, I was like, oh my God, I know somebody gonna ask me, what that mean you used to be, but you not no more, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like that. It's just there was no attraction.
Mm.
There was no attraction. But it's just I foresee stuff ahead of time, and I seen where it was going to go like immediately. And so I was like, oh my God, like already I'm going to be turned into who I really don't want to be, and the internet always wins. So it's just like, so you damn if you do, damn if you don't. So, I will say that it was poor choice of words. I would say that much. It was poor choice of words because, I mean, I still find my ex-wife attractive now, and she's a voluptuous woman. So it's not that I'm not attracted to voluptuous women. It's just I wasn't attracted to Tressa. It's just that plain and simple. So I hope I answer your question.
Kind of did. So okay. So I think okay. So I'm hearing what you're saying. So me personally, you know what I'm saying. I catch strays on this channel sometimes. So it is what it is, right? So
Mm-hmm.
okay. Someone asks me, "Am I there? Are they my type?" Now, regardless of whether she's big, small, whatever. If she's my type, she's my type. She's not my type, she's not my type. I'm gonna say she's not my type, and I get
Mm-hmm.
why you didn't want to say it straight. But the words that you actually used was used to be. You didn't say
Mm-hmm.
anything around the no. Used to be is not a no. Used to be meaning that there's been a movement or a shift from that place.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where the confusion for a lot of people is. You use the word used to be, meaning that I've moved from there to somewhere else. And that's not a problem. I think we're just trying to find out why there's been a shift then. Not to get at you, not to beef you. It's the fact that you use the word used to be. It's not a no. A no would have been, if you had said no, Tesla, you're not my type. Nobody would have. I don't think anybody would have batted an eyelid because at the end of the day, you are allowed your choices. You are allowed to have
Mm-hmm.
your preference. And even if
Mm-hmm.
your ex-wife was voluptuous, you're allowed to say today, I'm no longer attracted to being to that. But
Mm-hmm.
then if that's what it is, and you used to be attracted to that, and you're no longer attracted to that, that's fine too. But I think there's an issue here because you describe Venetia as voluptuous and a goddess.
Mm-mm.
So
Okay, first, hold on, hold
you
on,
know what
hold
I'm
on, hold
saying?
on. I get where you're going, but hold up, hold
You know
up,
what
hold
I'm
up.
saying?
First of all, everyone has to get out of the mind of we was just at a club.
Hey,
You have to get into the mind that I'm on a TV show and there's a whole bunch of cameras around me as I'm saying what I'm saying. So if anybody has ever been on TV or anywhere near cameras, it's a nervous type of situation. Plus, you're around a whole bunch of people that you've never met before in your life, and someone just comes out and asks you a random question. In my mind, I'm overthinking the whole situation. I really wanted to say I used to be because my ex was, but I'm not attracted to you. But it didn't come out. It didn't come out. I don't know what y'all want me to say, what y'all, how y'all want me to. I wasn't playing the game or nothing. Like I said, it was poor choice of words. But at the same time, like, I mean, just not. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I get what you're saying, but you're thinking from the mind of a man who's at a bar or somewhere having a conversation with this young lady and she asks you that question. You need to think bigger than that. You need to think of as an owner of a business that caters to women like that, as a man who's sitting in on national TV where millions of people are going to be watching and scrutinizing everything that comes out of your mouth, as a man who is got 50 million cameras around him, sitting at a place that he's never been before, talking to a random woman that he's never met before. And one of the first things she comes out of her mouth to ask him is, am I your type? Like it's deeper than that. I was nervous. I was very nervous. There was a lot going on. Plus, not to mention, it was cold as shit out there. Y'all don't get any of that. Y'all weren't out there. Y'all didn't feel all that was going on. You know what I'm saying? So all you can do, you just think it's a sunny day. He got his. Plus, I was uncomfortable as hell with a suit on. Did not want to wear a suit. Like there was a lot of factors into the matter. All I can say is that I just had a poor choice of words. That's really all I could say. There was no like, oh, there's a shift in the moon turned towards the left and caused me to. No, it's none of that. I was overthinking it, nervous as hell, and my mouth just went. Okay. And that's it.
So you know Tressa is your type, but she herself is not. You're not attracted to her. Is that what you're saying?
Dedrick don't have a type.
Wait, what?
I don't have a type.
So then how can you answer her question if she says, are you my type? You haven't got a type, so you can't be yay or nay.
You still not understanding what I'm saying.
No,
I want you to, you know what? How about we have you go on a TV show where people are scrutinizing your life and you got millions of cameras around you, and let's see if you keep your cool just 100%. Everybody is going to, it's so much stuff going on, bro. It's so much stuff.
I'm not doubting that, bro. I'm saying what you're saying right now is contradictory. So if you say to me, I don't have a type, but then a person asks you, am I your type? You can't say yay or nay because they're asking you, have you got a type? And you're saying, no, I haven't got a type. So therefore, if you haven't got a type, she can't be neither or yay your type. So the only way to answer that question is if you put another interpretation of your own onto it. That was all I was saying. I'm not blushing and saying this. I'm not saying that there's cameras. And
no,
I'm just saying
that's why.
Exactly do you know what I'm saying?
I get, but that's not contradictory. She asked type. I knew she didn't care if she was my type. She wanted to know if she was the one for me or not. She didn't care about my type. She just said, I think she used type as just, am I your type? Am I what you want? No. But at the same time, you're on national TV. You also don't want to just say no either. Like, it's easy for you to say, it's easy for you to sit here now and look at it and be like, oh yeah, you should have just said no, brother. Whatever, because the same thing that all the other guys who was just like, no, guess what? They're getting it left and right. And the whole freaking season is getting it because they making it like all the guys are just superficial and they didn't want to talk to Tressa because of her size. And that is like far from the truth. Like that's really far from the truth. I had conversations with brothers behind the scenes, and not one has ever said, I don't want to talk to her because of her size. That is not what's going on. That's not what's going on. But that's how it's portrayed. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the only one who really, really gets hurt behind this is Tressa. Because there's a whole agenda being pushed that's not really the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. It's really not.
Okay. No, I'll get that, bro. I'm with you, bro. I rock with you on that one. Cool. Okay, so obviously your date, I guess obviously your dates with Tressa. Just clear up for me the food thing, because the food thing, I was like, yo, where did you put the food in your mouth? You put on the little face, and I was like, did he not like the food? It looked like you didn't like the food, bro. But it might
I got beef with you behind there too.
I'm just gonna say, bro, your face.
I hit you on your DM right there. You know I hit you on your DM. I'm like, this young man truly does not know me. I am now, okay. So now, if you want to know if I'm a human or if I'm a robot, I'm part both of them. Because when it comes to food, I'm like a computer. So what I'm doing is I'm analyzing everything because I'm trying to taste like all this stuff. It was a lot of things in it. You know what I'm saying? The lady, actually the chef who owns that, I didn't know until I got there. She's actually. Are you there?
Yeah,
you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
She's actually a client she actually had just like that Thanksgiving before, I prepared Thanksgiving food for her. So I was shocked when I walked in there and saw her, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh God, all right. But no, I was like, I really loved it. Like I've created that since recently. I've created it. You know what I'm saying? So no, I liked it. I just wanted to see, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to see what all was in it because I didn't cook that part.
Okay.
So I did the mac and cheese part, but her team did the okra part. So I didn't know what was in it or not. So if that makes sense to you. So don't judge my faces because my faces, I mean, they're not like off, they're not like normal faces.
The face looked like you was chewing and going. That's what.
No, like, that's not how it was. That's not how it was. No. You'll know if I don't like something, I'll tell you I don't like it. I'll just be like, nah, I'm not rocking with that. But no, I was computing, trying to figure out all the stuff that was in it. It actually was really good, though, to be honest with you.
All right, fair enough. Okay, I'll rock with you on that. All right, cool. So obviously, and I already know on another live you spoke about the way it took. Where the date, it was production who told you to go on a spice date, so that's nothing new. Talking about that, so let's talk a little bit about your date with Venetia, because I think if
okay, but before that, here's another thing. Okay, here's another thing that I wanna, because a lot of people are like, was he playing with Tressa or was he just trying to stay on longer and stuff like that? I had connections.
I understand.
Tressa wasn't my only connection. Stacy wasn't my own connection. Venetia wasn't my only connection. But I was just making sure that things were real, though, to make sense to you. Now, the only issue that I did have is that because they kept trying to push the Tressa agenda, that I went on like 3 or 4 dates, and it was they always involved me and Tressa somewhere in the dates. So it began to be like, come on, guys, like really, like is this really we're gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it started changing my feelings on the whole show as a whole, because now I'm like, okay, y'all playing, like y'all trying, because it would have been a beautiful storyline. Like I get it. It would have been an amazing storyline. I get that. But I didn't want to be the guinea pig for that storyline, if that makes sense to you.
In terms of them trying to push you towards Tressa, is that what you mean?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For a story. I didn't want to be all that. That's not where I was trying to go, because as I'm saying now to you, I was there to find love. That's what I really was there for. So I had been on more dates with Tressa than I had been on with my true connection. That the person that I kept saying was my number one was Stacy. So why was I on the dates with Tressa more than I was with Stacy, or even Venetia? You get what I'm saying? So that was my issue, was that I was asking for dates, but I wasn't getting the dates that I was asking for. You get what I'm saying? I was getting dates that they wanted me to have.
So basically, the spice date wasn't your idea. That was production kind of pushing you towards.
Production was like, y'all gonna go on a date. Because I asked Tressa for a date, but I didn't know we were going to go on the spice date. I didn't know what kind of date we were going to go on. I just asked her, let's go on a date. And the reason why I did that was because inside I said, you know what? And we had deliberation before that, and Tommy had spoke to us, and he was like, just make sure that you're in it for the right reason. He was like, just make sure you're not just in it because it's a pretty package on the outside. He's like, you never know what's inside. He's like, you never know. He's like, step out of your comfort zone. He said, step away from what you're used to and all those things. He was like, just make sure that, you know, you're really, he's like, because y'all supposed to be here to find love, not to find lust, not to find He's like, you need to find something that's real. And so I was like, she gave me the thing. She gave me the food, and I was like, okay, she nurturing. I could see she nurturing. So let's see. You never know what can happen. Although somebody who owns a Little Black Book said that that could never happen for him.
Which part? Which part? What do you mean? Which part?
That there has to be just a full out, all out attraction. I was like, look at this guy.
Yeah, because it's been proven. There is a very small minority of any guy in this world not finding the girl attractive and actually making it happen.
It can happen though.
Bro, when have you ever done it? Ask any man who's done it. Most men don't. I've
done it before. I have done it before.
So,
where I wasn't fully attracted to the person, but it was something about their personality that just really like drew me to them.
So what didn't draw you to Tressa then? Because you managed to have a date, so you weren't attracted. But what drew you away from Tressa then? Because since you can do it, surely that could be something you can work with then.
And that's what I was trying to see. But there was nothing there. There was like really literally nothing there. There was literally nothing there. There was nothing at all there at all. There was no attraction. The conversation was great, but I mean, it was more on the lines of like the homie, really.
Okay.
Like we can go get drinks or something, you know what I'm saying? But like something romantic, no, it wasn't there.
Okay, I hear that. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Fair enough. I mean, like I said, if you think you can do it, hey, listen, shout out to you. You're part of the minority.
It's not a thing. I know I can.
I'm just saying, if you can do it, then you're part of the minority. You are a minority. Because even Tressa herself said it. You don't hear men saying that I'm attracted to your personality because it don't happen, bro. As I said, you are part of the minority. Most of us men do not do that. Listen, I get it. I'm attracted to personality too, right? But I see the person as well on the outer. So that's why I said what I said. I said because most men can say, yeah, I find a person attractive and yes, I like their content, but you are attracted to the person outwardly. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very rare to have a man who falls in love with a girl through the content of her heart. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most men don't do that because they have options to be able to exercise and they don't do that. So if you can do it, then I have to shout you and commend you because you're one of the few that can. The rest of us, boy, I'm not gonna lie to you because we can't do it. We can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you if you can do it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. All right, cool. Let me. So we talking about Venetia now, right? You labeled Venetia a goddess. Am I right? Was that correct? I think you did label her a goddess. Okay. What made Venetia a goddess?
You just gotta like be around Venetia. Like you just have to, like she's one of them people that just have a presence. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere she goes, she just has that presence. Like you've seen them before, the women that just stand out amongst a whole bunch of women. They just stand out differently. You know what I'm saying? You just like, wow, you know. And then for her to be, you know, as far as like, you know, being a single mom, taking care of her kids by herself, you know what I'm saying? Like she's a fighter. She's overcome so much in her life. Like, you know, it's just you see queenship in her, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yo, like she's really dope, you know what I'm saying? She's easy to talk to, you know what I'm saying? She's not judging even the status where she's at. She's not just looking for a man with, you know, millions of dollars in his pocket, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not even like that. Like she's just a down to earth, we call her a roundaway girl, you know what I'm saying? Like she just a level-headed, nice lady, you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes, and she's encouraging, you know. And that's the thing that makes her a goddess, because she does all that, you know.
Did the body oddy make you feel some type of way?
Well, her
Body, face, does it also contribute towards the goddess effect? Keep 100. Keep 100
I
now.
mean, no, I'm keeping it 100. Honestly, I wasn't looking at that. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I didn't go there for that, bro.
It's not
I
about
did
going there for
not
that.
go there.
Did you see it? No, 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 no. It's not about going there for that. Did you see it? And does that contribute towards the goddess effect? That's what I'm asking.
No, no, not the body. No, not the body. No, no.
The face.
That's easy, bro. That's easy. That's easy. That's what I need for people to understand. That's easy. Anybody have a body, but
Body,
it's like
face. She's a very good looking woman
what
overall.
yes, exactly. But I'm saying it's like even like I hate when I hear people say that she's voluptuous or whatever. And I'm like, no, she's not. Like if y'all you gotta be around Renisha, then you'd be like, you know, because it's funny sometimes when we are all out. Cause me and her, we still go out. Like that's my homegirl now, you know. But we'll go out somewhere and people like, oh, you don't even look like you look on TV. And I'm like, it's just funny because she's not, you know what I'm saying? She's not like a quote unquote voluptuous woman. She's not at all, you know. And yes, Renisha is fine, but I wasn't looking like that, to be honest with you. I really wasn't. I know people not gonna believe me, but that's cool, that's fine. But I wasn't there for that. I wasn't there for that. Like I legitimately said I wasn't going there for anything sexual. I wasn't going to do it
That's not
because
sexual. That's attractive. That's part of
that's
attraction.
nah, bro. Nah, bro. Now
Part of
I'm fixing to
attraction.
call you out. No, attraction for men is if when you look at something and if it's fine, you immediately thinking sexual, bro. Don't even try it.
Not necessarily. It's all attraction. It's all part of the attraction. You can't see her heart. If you meet that person for one day, you actually can't see the truth extent of their heart. You get the representative. And I'm saying to you, so you're telling me you never saw nothing about the, and when I say body, it's the whole thing. So none of that influences the decision? None of that?
No, it didn't influence my decision.
Fair enough.
It didn't. It didn't. I see how you batting your eyes at me, but
Bro, listen, I'm letting you say what you're saying, bro. I'm just
telling
saying
you,
I'm just challenging a little bit. You know what I mean? If you say it's a truth,
I
I'm just challenging
wasn't
a little
there
bit. Yeah,
for
yeah.
that. I wasn't there for that. That's what I'm saying. I really wasn't there for that. Like I'm telling you, I feel that all that like clouds your judgment big time. I wasn't there for that. I was looking for something better than that. I can get that. I live in Houston, bro. I would challenge anybody to say that Houston probably has the best of all women in the world. Like
Okay.
seriously, Houston's got beautiful women. There's beautiful women all day in Houston. You can go anywhere and find like in one spot find at least about 10, 15 dimes.
Okay. Downs, how do you mean? See, now you got to define
Just
it. When you say
every
dimes, because you haven't spoken to all of them. So what do you mean by dimes?
I'm saying like everything, like just I mean, of
So
course you be
body.
looking outside. Yeah,
But that,
body
but
and
that,
everything.
but
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So why can't you just
But
say
here's
that
what I'm
her?
saying.
Are you
No, but what
okay?
I'm
Are you
saying
thinking I'm
is
going to
I
corner
didn't
you
go
into a
there for that.
box? I'm not cornering you into a
No,
box, by the way.
no,
Yes, yeah.
no, I'm not thinking. No, I don't feel that at all. I know what you're
Okay.
trying to say, but what I'm telling you is that you have to understand my mentality. I wasn't going there for that. I didn't care how fine a person was. I wasn't even really looking at people like that.
Okay.
Like I really legitimately wasn't looking. There's one time when now Kyra's fine.
She
But
is.
this one time on there when I was like, everybody had said Kyra, and I was like, nope, I don't care. I was like, no, she on my bottom. And everybody was like, what? And everybody looked at me and I was like, if you're not feeling me, I'm not feeling you. We good.
Yeah, but that's because she wasn't feeling you. So that's how you operate. That's just fine. You're allowed to have that. But you notice
But
how
even a
fine she
man, even
was.
a, yeah,
That's the
but I'm
point.
saying what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is I wasn't looking at Vernisha like that. I really
Okay.
wasn't, bro. I'm telling you, I was not looking at her like that. Not at all. I was more intrigued with the fact of because she reminded me of my mom because my mom was a single mom and she handled business and she took care of everything and we never missed anything. So I was thinking more on the line of that of how just good of a woman she actually was. That overpowered me than the fact of her. You know what I'm saying, being fine. Like no, that wasn't. You can get fine all day, bro. at some point in your life, you got to be looking for something more than just that. Like, seriously.
Fair enough. I hear you. Okay, so the date with you and Venetia, I'm sure editing probably chopped up a little bit of the editing, but it looked like you wanted to you at the end of the date you wanted to dip in it, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the date with Venetia, obviously, there was a conversation that was spoken about masculinity and leading, and then the word strong was used in there, and there was a bit of a I would say that Vern kind of put up a wall a little bit there. She's not strong, and then you were saying she is strong. I want to get your definition. What did you mean by Venetia as being strong, or she is strong? What was you kind of saying?
Well, I mean, the thing about it is when you have a woman that's been taking care of herself and her kids for a long time, they have a strength about them. You know what I'm saying? They have a no nonsense attitude. You know what I'm saying? You can see it, and you can tell by the way they walk and they talk and the way they carry themselves and everything like that. I was just meaning assertive. Really, that's what I was really meaning. It wasn't nothing bad. It wasn't like a shot to her or nothing like that, or saying she was like a man or anything like that. I was just saying like, oh, you're a strong woman. You know what I'm saying? But I was raised by strong women. My mom and my grandmother, they were two very strong women. You know what I'm saying? They handled business on their own. They didn't need a man, really. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I was saying. It wasn't like a shot or anything towards her.
Okay, and she, obviously, I know it wasn't a shot towards her either. She was putting up. She was kind of saying that she wasn't strong, and it was kind of going back and forth and stuff. Did you understand why she was saying that she isn't strong?
Yeah, because Venetia is very vulnerable. She was there to find love. Like, she really was there to find love. You know what I'm saying? And so she was basically saying she wants a man to lead. Like, she don't want a man to think that she's strong, because every time somebody thinks she's strong, then they don't pull their weight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she wanted somebody to pull their weight. She wanted somebody to take the lead and be that she needed them to be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understood exactly what she was saying.
I hear that. And then obviously that conversation about leadership as well. I know you guys kind of came to the same conclusion in terms of leadership. But I think when you started off, both of you kind of started from different perspectives, and you kind of moved towards the middle. Tell us a little bit more about that. I mean, in terms of like how you see leadership. Again, I didn't actually have a problem with your answer. I felt like everybody's got a different way of leading, and it was good that conversation came up, because not everybody leads in the exact same way. So, what was your idea in terms of leadership? How's a man meant to lead for you?
You mean a man leading his family?
Yeah, like how should a man be leading a relationship? Like, for you, like, because I know we got a piece of that, but I don't want to just take from what was on the show. What's your view in terms of a man leading a relationship, or even as you discussing it with Vern that you had? What's your take on man leading?
Well, I mean, honestly, I feel like as far as like being a leader or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? I feel you also have to be able to take direction sometimes, and you have to also be able to be open to suggestions. Like, I don't like, in my relationship, I don't feel that everything that I say needs to go and then that's just it. You know what I'm saying? Or I be the decision maker of everything. Like, no, that's not how you lead people. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like if you're in a relationship and you're the leader, that got to be earned first, of course, you know what I'm saying? But you got to pretty much show the woman that you're able to, and it's not even really about leading. You got to just be able to show her that you could take care of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, wherever it be, just that security. That's what it really is. It's not even leadership with them. It's security.
Okay.
Because you could be a whack ass leader, but if you got security for them, then they're gonna equate that you giving them security, that he's a good leader. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a good leader. It just means that you can give them that security that they really need to have in order to, you know what I'm saying, make it in life. So with me though, I feel like it's got to be a team type situation. You know what I'm saying? Now, if something go down as far as protection, where I have to protect my family, oh, hands down, I got that. I don't need your help with that one. I got that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about as far as like, just everyday things around the house. I take care of the bills. There ain't no issue on that. I got that. But I need for you to also come in, you know what I'm saying, and have your input on how things need to go. Because at the end of the day, we like a corporation. And so we got to build, you know what I'm saying? We got to build. And the only way that we gonna be able to build is if everybody's pulling their weight and doing what they need to do. But if I'm the one sitting up here making all the decisions, then it's not a family. It's what I feel in the situation. It's not what we all feel in the situation. And then that's where you find things like where they start breaking up, people going left and the other one going right, you know what I'm saying? Kids disrespecting and things like that because no one feels a part of what is called a family. So I feel like a leader, you know what I'm saying? It's not all of it's also loving. You need to be real loving as a leader. You can't be firm and a lot of people think that that's how a man's supposed to be in a relationship. I've even seen where women will be like, wait till your daddy get home. You know what I'm saying? So daddy been working all day. He come home, kids scared of him because mama done told them, wait till your daddy get home. He gonna bust your ass. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh wait, like I'm just walking in the door. I'm cool. I'm ready to chill out. And now she's like, oh, you need to go in there and handle that. So it's like I don't feel like that's how it should be done. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it should be a sit down with the kids. Mom and dad both sitting down with kids and saying, hey, this is what happened. We need to find out why this happened, first of all. Second of all, we need to determine, do you really need your ass whipped, or if you know what I'm saying, or if we put you on punishment or things like that, So to answer your question, I feel like leadership is both of y'all combined. You know what I'm saying? I'm a strong man, but I don't want to just tell you everything to do. I don't need to do that. You're a woman. Just as I'm a man, you're a woman. We both know how we're supposed to be handling business. We know what each other's roles are. As long as we sit down and discuss those things, you know what I'm saying? And so I felt like Vernisha was like, when I said she was strong, I just felt like she was like a woman that just come in and just run everything, and you have to be like, hey, I got that, baby, or I got this, But then that's when she was like, I'm not strong. That was her vulnerability. That was her saying, no, I'm weak. You know what I'm saying? I need help. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being strong, So, I mean, I hope I answered that question on that.
No, you got it. So then obviously, like you said, obviously she got a vulnerable side you guys discussed and stuff. So how did we get to the point, tell us how, in your own words, how we got to the point when you felt kind of like, I want to say nervous, I want to say a little bit overwhelmed by Venetia, how do we get to that point where you felt like, for us as an audience, the way it felt like is like, yo, Vern is too much for me, almost in a sense. What was your kind of take on that? Because you kind of made it like as if like she was going to be too strong for you. And that's not a bad thing. Again, at least you know yourself if that's what it is. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think anyone should be cussing for that. But I'm just trying to find out how you got to that stage in terms of making that deduction that almost that she's too strong for you or intimidating or, overwhelming for you.
Okay, so you said something earlier, and I'm going to correct you on that. You said that production did a little bit of editing on that. Okay. Production did a lot of editing on that.
Okay.
The way they made that whole scene is not how that went at all.
Okay.
Even to the point where they even made it look like I was weak, because I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll walk you out. I guess I'll walk you to your car. That wasn't how it went. As a matter of fact, we were having a good conversation and they stopped the conversation like, oh, hey, it's time to leave.
Okay.
So y'all go back and say this over again. And you know what I'm saying? So it was not like that. We laugh about it all the time now because she's like, if they only knew who you are and how you really are, like, she meant just people in general, if they knew how I really am, like, nothing like that. I wasn't intimidated by her. Like she wasn't too strong for me or any of those types of things like that. I'm gonna say this, and I hope that this like helps people to understand. First of all, I'm a man of my words. Okay,
Okay.
so I don't lie. I don't play games, and I don't beat around the bush. I don't do any of that stuff because I don't have to do that. Now, on the same level, you have to think I'm 47 years old, my dude. So I'm not in my young 30s anymore. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in my 20s or any of that type of stuff like that. So my mentality, you may not understand it, but it's different than yours because I'm looking for something way different than what the average person is looking for. So with Vernisha, as I was sitting there talking to her and looking at her, and we're having this conversation, the overwhelmness came from the fact of it just hit me in my mind. I was like, man, I could honestly be talking to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what hit me. Because I was like, wow, like she could really be my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like if I play my cards right, like this could really be my lady. Like we could just like we could leave this show like and be together. You know what I'm saying? I came into this game by myself, but now I could be leaving with something really substantial and significant in my life. Now I don't know how most men are, but me, that make me get a little emotional, a little like, whoa, like, man, let me breathe for a second. You know what I'm saying? Because this is intense. This is really deep. You know what I'm saying? So me and Renisha had a connection. Like we had a huge connection. And no matter how they made it
Play it.
seem like we didn't, we did. You know what I'm saying? Like we really did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I mean, and like I said, I hate to keep saying, but I hope I'm answering your question. But it's just I when I said that, it was because I was like in my head, I was like, wow, this could really be my wife, dude. Like this could be it for me right here.
Hmm. So for you, the reason why you felt almost overwhelmed in that moment or a little bit intimidated is because you felt like this could be your wife. So it's more that you were intimidated by the moment rather than actual Vern herself. Is that what you're saying?
No, we're not. We're gonna stop using that word intimidated. I'm never
Okay.
intimidated.
Okay.
It wasn't intimidation. Intimidation means that there's something greater upon you. There was nothing greater than me. There was nothing that I couldn't overcome. I've been in wars. I've been overseas and fought. I've been in the military. Like there's nothing that can intimidate me and have me fearful. It just was the fact of it. It was just I just needed to take a breath for a second because I was looking at her and the whole vibe that we had, like there was a good vibe between me and Renisha. You know what I'm saying? No matter, and you can ask her, no matter what they show on camera and chop up and everything like that, she and I had a very good connection. Like we had a very good connection. And so it wasn't intimidation. Like, no, I wasn't scared and I wasn't like, it just was the fact of, man, this is a lot. Like you gotta breathe for a second and think because like this is real. Like this ain't fake. Like this is real. Like I'm really feeling her. She really feeling me. Like we could really be, something. So that's what it was.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, I get that. I get that. I mean, so what's your thoughts then to Venetia's comments then, where she felt like she needed a man to be more confident or more strong? Like, is that what it was like for you two? Because obviously you're saying you had a great connection, everything like that, which I believe, but she's saying that she wanted a man to be more confident, to be more, I guess, assertive, maybe, like, that kind of male. What's your thoughts to that then, in terms of you guys' connection? What's your thoughts to that in regards to the connection you guys have?
I mean, she and I have spoken about this, you know what I'm saying? And some of her words were chopped too. That's cool, that's fine. But we also had a discussion, and I explained it to her a little more deeper into what I was meaning when I said that. And she was like, "Oh, I get that." She was like, "And actually, the man that I know now is not who I thought you were." So I mean that, sometimes, things get, communication breakages and stuff. That's life, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's no hard feelings or nothing like that. I'm really good. Like, I'm really good. Like, and I enjoy our friendship. We have a really good friendship, like really good friendship.
Okay. I'm rocking that. Last few questions. So your connection with Ida. Actually, sorry. Before connection with Ida, um, the ball. What happened with you and Stacy?
What you mean?
What happened with you and Stacy at the end of the ball? Oh, is it frozen?
I can't.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
cutting
sorry,
in and
sorry.
out.
Oh, sorry, it's cutting. Okay, cool. I said, what happened at the ball after the ball? Between yourself and Stacey, was there something that happened between you and Stacey that happened at the ball? I don't know if you can talk about it. Maybe it was something for the reunion. But
Nah, where'd you
okay.
hear that from?
Oh, okay. I thought that's what was insinuated, but if it's not a problem. Don't worry. It's probably for the reunion.
Oh, okay. No, it's not for. It's not. It's nothing for the reunion.
Mm. So did you two fall out at the end?
It's
Like,
it's nothing for the reunion.
oh, it's nothing for the reunion. Okay, maybe so. I don't know if you can talk about it.
No. Mm-mm.
You can't talk about it.
Huh?
I said you can't talk about it.
I don't know who's telling you what they telling you, but all I know is that I was told if something don't happen on camera, it ain't supposed to be talked about.
Oh, is it? Okay, fair enough. All right, cool. Let me leave that there. I don't want to be getting no sort of cease and desist out here. All right, cool. Let me move forward on. So, you yourself and Ida. What was it that was drawing you to Ida? Because obviously, I know that you guys had a little bit of short time to kind of get it together. Like, what was actually, drawing you into Ida? What was making you wanna, get to know Ida a bit more?
Um. Okay, so it's a dating show. So it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody is drawing you to them or anything like that. But some people do intrigue you in certain ways and stuff like that. So I felt like Ida was misunderstood quite a bit. And so I wanted to go deeper and find out what the disconnect as a whole was. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear people talking, this one saying this one, that one saying that one, or whatever. And so I was like, I just want to see what's actually going on, what's the real and what's the fake or whatever. So we actually sat down and had a conversation. And from sitting with her and talking to her, I could tell that she was nervous.
Mm,
And when she gets nervous, she just rambles. And as she rambles, some things come out that probably shouldn't come out the way they come out, but they just come out. You know what I'm saying? And so I could recognize that. And so then that's when I just had to tell her, like, just calm down, boo. Like, just calm down. Like, let's just have a conversation. Like, it don't have to be rigid or we take anything personal, but let's just have a conversation. And in us having a conversation, there was an opening. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what that was about. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted her to feel comfortable. But I mean, the minute we had the conversation and we're getting into the meat of the conversation, all of a sudden our conversation was broken up.
mm,
And then we just get moved to talking to Tommy and making a deliberation pretty much right then and there.
mm,
So I
mm,
just feel like it wasn't fair. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it really wasn't fair because she actually started opening up and started to, you know what I'm saying, be something other than what everybody thought that she was, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. No, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Obviously, I mean, you and I did have seem to have a little good bond. It's a shame they didn't get to expand on that a bit more because she went home early. But no, I get that. I get that. Final question: what would you say you learned from the actual show? What would you say you learned from being on the show?
How to date. How to date. Like literally how to date. You know what I'm saying? And how I intended on dating. So I learned that a lot. I feel that in dating, first of all, the number one rule, there should be no sex.
Okay, wow.
Like there should be no sex at all. Second of all, you should date multiple people. Like you just should. Because you're trying to find that right one. If you just date one person and y'all have sex, now y'all have that sexual connection, but y'all still don't really know each other. And so that's why half of the time when people have sex, then somebody get pregnant, then next thing you know, y'all breaking up. And now you got to start the whole cycle back over again.
I agree with that.
Whereas if you did like this show does and date, I don't know, 3 to 4 people, make sure that they see who fits all what you need. If they lack it in some area, is that a deal breaker? If it's not, then keep them on. But if you got one person, let's say you want kids and they don't want kids, then get rid of them because they're not going where you trying to go. And I think, but literally, I say this all the time, like sex cannot be involved in it at all. Like it can't be involved in it at all. Because the minute it is, it just throws everything off. And you have all these extra emotional things going on, and then nobody's clear-headed.
I agree with this 100%.
So it's hard, yeah, but you have to date with a purpose. So if you're dating to fall in love with somebody, then keep sex out of it. If you're dating to just go out and have fun with people, then you might want to throw some sex in it. But the thing of the matter is the minute you throw sex into the situation, it destroys whatever that possibly could be. Because y'all heads ain't in the right spot no more.
100% close.
And majority of the time, part of the time, she ends up seeing the woman ends up seeing the man as her partner, as her husband or whatever. And he just see her as another chick he didn't slept with. And so he keep treating her like that. And she trying to treat him like her husband, but he not acting like her husband. But then she get mad, and now they arguing, and he's still doing the same stupid stuff that he been doing. And then it's just the cycle just continues. So you have to date with a purpose. So you have to just be determined to say, what are you dating for? Like, what are you trying to date for? Like, are you dating to get married, or are you just dating just to be out here with people? You gotta be determined in your dating.
I'm hearing that, man. Man, DJ, this has been a good sport, man. You come on here, man. You done me the honor, man, of coming on here, and shelling out, giving your truth, and I appreciate that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I know sometimes that can be a little bit hard. I can ask some tough questions.
I like you. No, I really like you, bro. Like I really like you. Like you real good. Like that's the reason why I DM'd you. I was like, this dude here.
I appreciate it, bro, man. I appreciate it, honestly, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, guys in the audience, thank you so much for keeping it respectful in the chat. We appreciate you. I know you guys had a good laugh as well. I see the chat's been gone off on their own thing as well. So as the chat always do, they do their thing. And I appreciate you for keeping it respectful. Make sure you like the live as you head out. And as always, guys, stay hydrated because the streets are hot. And we'll see you tomorrow. We've got Ron as well. So look forward to more and interesting conversations. We'll see you soon.